Hi, my name's Graeme Thompson. I'm a Methodist minister and have been for 23 years now, and I have the privilege of serving the East Anglia district of the Methodist Church. I brought along with me this morning my friend Mr. Wesley. John Wesley was the founder of the Methodist Church. He himself was never a Methodist, but he was ordained as an Anglican priest like his father before him, having first been born at Epworth. And John Wesley was famously known as the brand plucked from the burning, because the rectory where he and many of his brothers and sisters all grew up together set alight when he was about 7 years old, and he was rescued from an upper room by those who came to put out the fire. This was about 1710. He spent part of his time in America, and that proved to be both a difficult and a formative time for him. And it was whilst he was there, and as he continued to wrestle with the Church of England in this country, that he was very concerned about the state of Christianity. This all began for Wesley when he had his own experience of renewal of faith on the 24th of May in 1738. It's often described as Wesley Day, if you like, or the day of John Wesley's conversion. And it was from that experience, of his own encounter with the living God, that he then went about a ministry of preaching and teaching the ordinary people of the things of God. The way he went about it was often at odds with the hierarchy of the Church of England, who at various points decided that he could or could not preach in their churches. So he created what he called a Methodist movement, the people called Methodists. And if you became a Methodist and you joined one of Mr. Wesley's societies, you met together with others in a small group once a week, you prayed together, you read the Bible together, you confessed your sins to each other, and generally encouraged each other in the life of faith. He never wanted his Methodist people to form a separate church, and that only happened after he died in 1791 at the grand old age of 88. John Wesley is said to have transformed British society, and there are some historians who think that we didn't have a revolution in this country along the lines of the French Revolution in the 18th century, because Wesley, meeting the needs of the poorest members of society, helped them to see that there was another way of getting out of their need. I brought this bus today because it was given to me by my great friend Audrey Dyer, who was one of the members of the first church I ever ministered to in Bristol. Audrey had been a member of the Central Hall in Bristol, and she recently celebrated her 90th birthday. But when I left Bristol, she gave this to me because we'd shared some important times together following the death of her husband and changes in the church. And she gave it to me to carry with me throughout my ministry and to remind me of my time in Bristol, which is actually the place where John Wesley died, and where the first purpose-built Methodist preaching house still stands to this day.